Okay, I'm interested to see what the devs have to say about season one and all the things, because it's been super interesting to see kind of like the passion it is to it. Now, what I also found interesting is like Shroud at one point, let's see if I can find the clip, talked about how Overwatch was better. He didn't say why. Here's the clip right here.
But you got to remember, that's like saying like, that's like comparing like a new game to an old game. I don't know, Counter-Strike to Valorant or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, of course a new game is going to be more exciting for people. Like Overwatch,
And that is true.
people forget how insane that game was when it came out. That game was, it ran good, it looked good, frames were insane, anyone could play it.
Yep.
Matchmaking was good, bro.
Everything, Overwatch's launch was huge. Overwatch deserved Game of the Year, and I think Overwatch brought a new light to hero shooters. Because, you know, before Overwatch, it was kind of like the only type of hero shooters you could really play was MOBAs, like League of Legends and stuff like that.
That game took over the world.
So Overwatch paved the
ever
way
disrespect
for
the GOAT.
Marvel Rivals. And I think the fall off for Overwatch came in the fact that they lost like their reputation. I honestly, that's the biggest part of it, is that they lost their reputation with the player versus environment type of situation where they promised us to get it. They only promised us to give it to us because they wanted to showcase something at BlizzCon, and we never got it. And I think that just hurt people's view. And I think like impressions matter when it comes to video games or industries. Like people are going to see it, and the entry level, like to go into Overwatch and be like, I've heard bad things about it. And so like the impression on Overwatch has been hurt. And also with Overwatch 2, it really was just Overwatch 1. It really didn't bring anything that fundamentally changed stuff. And then switching things, I think they just felt like, I think a lot of the people that were fans of the first game may have felt betrayed by the second game. It's just this whole balloon. But let's see how the devs, what they talk about for season one. Marvel Rivals been popping off so much so. Marvel Rivals, let's see, Steam charts. Because I think Marvel Rivals is still, yeah. If we look at this over here, I mean, this is, what is this, 1 week? Let's max it out. It's dipped down. And I think right here is the lowest it ever got. But that's like, okay, we've only have like, what is it, 4 maps in the game. There were 30 characters. The hype's gone up. But look, the max was 480, and it's going back up to 415 as of yesterday. That's huge. This is a really good line. When will this map drop off? Who knows? But the game's been out for a month. I feel like if they continue to set out decent content for people, it's not going to drop off dramatically. I think Helldivers dropped off because if you look at Helldivers dropped off. I don't know if it's so much for the controversy, but just so much that there wasn't much else to do in the game. Like the game, I won't say the game's boring, but it's repetitive. And I think like it's not a bad repetitive. The game's really fun. I love Helldivers, but I myself am not playing Helldivers right now. And when the controversy came out, oh my gosh, I don't know why it's saying 6 years. Let's do 6 months. Let's do 1 year. Omens of Tyranny. So this is recent. What is this right here? Account linking shenanigans. So this is the account linking shenanigans, but the trend was that the game was already dropping off. The game was already dropping off with Helldivers. And the reason I'm comparing it to Helldivers is because they're both very similar in the sense that you're doing one thing. Now this is player versus environment more so than player versus player, but you can see there's a spike right here with new content, even though it's still consistently holding like 30,000 players, 60 to 30,000 players. I think we're going to see something similar, and this happened around the... Yeah, this happened February, March, April. So after 1 month. So, but it went from 450 to 200. So these are similar stats. Week from Monday, and then it was already dropping. It already lost more than half its player, or about half its player base before the shenanigans, and then it just kept going down. I don't think the shenanigans helped, but the trend showed that it was going down regardless. And that's because other games were coming out, other stuff was coming out. Marvel Rivals is probably in the same boat where there's no other games that people are playing right now. Marvel Rivals is fresh. It came out at the end of the year. We have other games coming out soon, but nothing that's going to hit like a huge general audience. A lot of it is niche JRPG games. We have Star Wars Jedi Power Battles coming out. No one's going to stop playing this game for that. So it's got another month before another game really steps in and does something different. I mean, Assassin's Creed comes out in February. That'll draw some people away just because it's Assassin's Creed. Anyways, let's see what it's got to do. I think we're going to get 2 months where Marvel Rivals does great, and we will see a dip when another big game comes out. But if they keep patching and updating characters, it's only going to be a gravy train that keeps on rolling. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should look at Overwatch's stats. Hold on, that's actually a really good idea. Because let's see, because that's the better game. Overwatch Steam charts. I don't know, because Overwatch wasn't on Steam until recently, so it's probably not the best comparison. So Overwatch is sitting at 50,000 players, which I think is a decent amount. Steam release, it was at 75,000 players. And then it drops to like half of that. But it stayed consistent. If anything, it's gone up. Yeah, I don't know. That's hard to tell because I can't see... Because Overwatch did change the world. I do agree with Shroud in the fact that Overwatch changed the world. All right, let's go.
Dear Rivals, Guang Guang here. Since the launch of Marvel Rivals, millions of you have joined our epic adventure.
Millions.
And we've been overwhelmed by the feedback pouring in from the community. Your enthusiasm and support have...
They have a good... I don't know if you've seen their social media team, but they have a good social media team. Anytime people start gooning out over stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, they also start gooning with their social media rep. They are in tune with the community right now, and it's great.
And we are incredibly grateful to the Marvel Rivals community for lending us your voices and passion. Looking back on our initial anxieties and launch, the excitement has only intensified as we've gone live.
Dude, I can imagine how excited you can be to go live with this.
We continue to uncover in our ongoing battles, tackling issues head-on, and refining the game based on your invaluable feedback. We are also diving deep into our own experiences to optimize design and leveraging backend analytics to ensure a robust macro balance in combat. And rest assured, we are
changing the balance, changing the meta.
Thrilling new season content.
Eternal Night Falls. So we got vampires.
Now let's dive into season 1, Eternal Night Falls. This season will featuring 4 all-new playable characters as the Fantastic Four burst onto the scene to free New York from Dracula. Alongside them, we're unveiling 3 dazzling new maps. The iconic Sanctum Sanctorum.
Oh, we get 3 maps: Sanctum Sanctorum, Midtown, and Central Park. Dude, the Sanctum Sanctorum is going to be wild.
Long journey divided into 2 thrilling halves, each lasting 6 or 7 weeks.
I like that.
In the first half.
No, I think that's really good. So the season lasts 3 months, divided into 2 halves. I think I like it because it works in 2 parts. The first one, they get the FOMO. So they get the fear of missing out on something. The second one, since the battle pass carries over, to my knowledge, so you can continue to work on previous battle passes, the people who are constantly playing the game don't feel like they always feel like they have something that they're working towards. So it's like it's rewarding the people that are staying and it's incentivizing the people who are I guess like leaving and coming back.
We will introduce Mr.
Though I do believe there can be an oversaturation of this kind of
A new
stuff.
convoy map in Empire of Eternal Night Midtown, and the all-new game mode to match within the Sanctum
A
Sanctorum.
Doom match? What's a Doom
We will
match?
get into the second half of Season 1 when the time comes. Our narrative team is also unleashing the first defined chapter in this electrifying new saga that's sure to captivate. The Dooms have secured the foundation of these multiple timelines.
Yep,
Now
the
we'll dive
Dooms.
into the threads in each. As you may have read in the lore page of your favorite characters,
Totally did
the
not
New
read.
York of the present timeline has fallen under the unholy control of Dracula, who has taken the power of Columbium for himself. The chilling curse of Eternal Night looms large while the dark power of the Dark Hole waves a web of chaos. Science and magic will need to come together to conquer this new threat.
Science and
Each
magic.
piece of our epic seasons builds a thrilling chapter in our ever-expanding game.
Yo,
Together to go beyond just a background story, but forming our unified Cronenberg saga.
it's almost like what Concord was trying to do. This is really good. No, the I like that. That's really good because it gives people something to invest in. It's subtle enough to where like you can ignore it and play the game if you don't care, but also has depth so that it's like, oh yeah, I want to know what's going on in the story. I feel like Overwatch definitely dropped the ball on this. Overwatch was really good in the fact that like you could talk to people or you could hear dialogue between people and you could start piecing the story together between these dialogues. And I think Marvel Rivals doesn't do that as well because like, yeah, characters talk to one another and they make references to their comic book histories with each other. But if they start doing those little like nuggets of conversation, of storytelling, as well as continuing and writing their own story in this game, that'd be great. And they already have a comic book series that's out. I might read it. I might just check it out just to see like if it's decent or something like that. But I haven't been reading comics as much.
The Season 1 pass will feature double the content and excitement of Season 0's pass. The theme?
Yeah.
Eternal
See,
Night
talks about
Falls
Season
of-
Zero's pass.
This pass is loaded with 10 stunning costumes
10
and the related
costumes.
content.
Are we gonna see the
price
costumes?
for the Season 1 Luxury Battle Pass is set at 990 lattice.
Oh my
And you
god.
will receive 600 lattice and 600 units back by completing it.
Fucking like,
Also designed a
just
unique
tell me in
mechanism
money, tell me in
for battle
currency.
pass and chrono
You know what's
tokens,
smart?
Ensuring that luxury battle passes never expire, and that
There you go.
tokens purchased with lattice are returned.
You know what
under
is good about
certain conditions.
The lettuce
For all the
currency
nitty-gritty
is that it's
details,
like
be sure
international.
to check out the
You don't have to say
podcast.
USDs, even if you're
We
talking to
hope this
people in the
design
East.
will elevate
Everyone
your
knows how much the lettuce
experience.
currency
The
is,
Fantastic Four
East
are
or
Marvel's
West.
first family, and each heroic member is bursting with personality and power. During our brainstorming sessions, we unanimously agreed that bringing them into Marvel Rivals in one giant-sized season was the way
Yeah,
to go.
it was.
This two-in-one season features double the playable content of a regular season, and will bring up our total playable character count to 37 at the end of Season 1. Now I'm going to
That's
let Ziyong
crazy.
speak more about the updates
So
in
many
Season 1,
playable
as
characters.
well as more specific details on the new maps and heroes. Going to you, Ziyong.
Greetings, rivals. I'm Ziyong, and I'm excited to unveil the thrilling new adventures awaiting in the first half of Season 1, including new heroes, new maps, balance updates, and
I love
fresh
that these guys are
changes.
just talking about the game. I also love that these are just like nerdy dudes.
The
They look
legendary
nerdy.
Mr. Fantastic
You know they
and
love what they're
brilliant
talking
Invisible
about,
Woman will join
and they're
the
not
ever-expanding
trying to make this about
roster in the
DEI at
first
all.
half of Season 1.
They're not
Mr.
talking about equality or
Fantastic is
anything
a
like that.
realist.
They're talking about
As a
story,
master of
gameplay,
elasticity,
and rolling out
he
stuff.
harnesses his incredible powers to reshape his
Straight to
body
business.
and outmaneuver his foes. Invisible Woman is a strategist. With her mastery over psionic energy and force fields, and step into the fray.
Invisible Woman doesn't use psionic energy, right? She can bend light. In Marvel and game Marvel Rivals, Susan Storm, also known as Villain, has the powers including... I like how like Google immediately pulls up Marvel Rivals. Maybe she uses psionic energy to control light.
With her ways to shoot allies and
I'm not going to
buff
overthink
enemies.
it. I'm not going to nitpick it. I don't
Stay
care
tuned
that
for
much.
An action-packed trailer that will showcase these
To be
iconic
fair, most of my
heroes in
Fantastic
all
Four
their
knowledge is
glory.
from the Fox movies, so I never really
We are
read a lot of
introducing
Fantastic
a new
Four unless
common
Spider-Man was involved.
Empire of Eternal Night, Midtown, and a new Arkham mode, Doom Match, along with a new map, Sanctum Centaurian.
Let me
Brace
see.
yourself to
I want to
enter
see the new
Sanctum
maps.
Centaurian, the mystical residence of Social Supreme. Here, the very fabric of reality intertwines and flows within the astral plane, creating a wondrous and chaotic battleground. Here, 8 to 12 players will engage in combat across this mystical mansion with the top 50% claiming victory. Traverse through the omnipresent portals to unveil unique strategies in this spellbinding battlefield. Players can also head to the frontline where Earth's mightiest heroes clash against Dracula's vampires legions in Midtown, New York
said
City.
8 to 12
Join forces
players? It's
with
like a
heroes
free-for-all?
in a race to deliver the Fantastic Four's invaluable mechanical assistance.
Was that the new
service.
Doom match?
From the Baxter Building to Avengers Tower, the last bastions against the forces
That sounds
of darkness.
cool.
On this map, you will experience the form
Oh,
of
is that a
destruction
Sentinel?
unique to
Looks like
this
Iron Man.
Empire of Eternal Night, recursive destruction that lets you turn back the clock.
Oh, that's
reshape
cool.
The environment and create epic new opportunities for victory.
They reversed the destruction.
As Season 0 closes, our tallies analysis, along with player feedback, has revealed a rich tapestry of team compositions in regular
Yeah,
matches,
people are finding the meta.
showcasing exciting diversity. However, as
There it
rank
is.
levels club,
There he comes. Here comes the nerfs.
Combos seem to have become our first meta. with
Yup.
rich theories
He's right.
particularly
He's right.
dominating the
No,
lineup.
and that's the thing is like, I think melee heroes get the worst of it because melee heroes, they're literally off running around the map, playing Minecraft, trying to find freaking health packs, look for flanking routes, and just to get behind enemy lines, only for the freaking group of people to be grouped up like this. So you go in there, you punch one person, and then you have 4 to 5 other people turn around and just stuff it right back at you, only for you to turn around, bounce out, go back to playing Minecraft and scavenging for crap. Just to, it's melee heroes spend, I want to say, 40 to 30% of the game waiting for an opportune moment to jump into the fight. And it's like, melee heroes are cool and fun to watch when they're not like waiting for the opportune moment, but it's not as intriguing. Like if this were to go like esports, you know, kind of thing, it's not as intriguing to watch like Punisher sit back and just same with like Hela, just sit back and throwing knives. If you have this, you have, in my opinion, what I like about Marvel Rivals is that there is more diversity in the ways that you can play Marvel Rivals than there is in Overwatch, in my opinion. Overwatch, I think the heroes have very defined attributes that are absolutely great, and you can like really main a handful of those heroes. But Marvel Rivals is like Wolverine, for example, is really good at just taking out tanks. Reaper is the same way, but he also is good at taking out like DPS and healers and supports and stuff like that. I think like what Marvel Rivals needs to do is diversify the melee people a little more, and just give them the ability to do stuff. Same thing with like the flying people like Iron Man and Storm. There needs to be a little diversity. I think the movement and mobility in the game can sometimes be too stiff for those that need it more. Like Black Panther is a good example of like how mobility in this game can be crazy busted, but other people don't necessarily have the same thing.
In the first half of Season 1, we will be making crucial balance adjustments to keep the battles fresh and exciting.
We'll see what that looks like.
We
I
will
feel
be
like
slightly
meta changes
turning
can
down the
make or
powers
break
of
seasons.
formidable ranged theorists like Hela and Hawkeye. In
I'm sorry,
Season
I'm pausing again. But like if you change the meta, so like nerfing Hela and Hawkeye, right? You change the meta too much, there's going to be a percentage of people who enjoyed that meta and will have like a honeymoon phase with the game that will feel like it's ended once that meta's gone. And even if that meta comes back, you may not recruit all those people. Now, I'm not saying meta changes are going to make or break the game entirely, but you know, the devil's in the details, you know?
all range heroes have a chance to shine. We are also enhancing the mobile type vanguards like Captain America.
Yeah, those guys need buffs for
empowering
sure.
them to charge into battle
Cap's really
and
good.
protect
He just needs a
allies
little bit more
with
damage.
renewed vigor. Additionally, we are boosting the capabilities of heroes that shine in specialized compositions,
Okay.
like Wolverine and Storm, to ensure they are the cornerstone of unique strategies.
Yeah.
As for Cloak and Dagger,
Uh-oh.
we are elevating their potential, making them more formidable in diverse team settings.
They're buffing
Also,
Cloak and
the
Dagger
range
even
for
more?
Jeff the Land Shark's ultimate ability will also be fire
Don't mess with Jeff.
Aligned with early warning signals.
Early warning signals.
For the full
So
breakdown of adjustments,
they're nerfing
keep
Jeff.
your
I don't think
eyes
Jeff needs a
peeled
nerf.
for
I think
official
Jeff is
updates
fine.
and the upcoming updates
I
to
think
the official
I
website.
understand that he's annoying and frustrating with his ult. And I think his ult is the only annoying and
Speaking
frustrating
of the
thing. Maybe
official
make it,
website,
but
we will review the
think
hero
he's fine.
pick rates and win rates as season
Nobody
0
plays him at
just
high
to
rank.
a
It just
close.
it's
For
just
quick
people
match,
not knowing.
PC and console
to
stats
play.
will be merged since players from both platforms can compete together.
That makes
In
sense.
contrast, competitive mode will feature separate stats.
That also makes
organized
sense.
by rank for a clearer understanding of battlefield dynamics. Expect this intel to drop every half season. With the dawn of Season 1, we will reset the competitive ranks.
Oh,
based on your
shit.
standing
I'm only
at the
plat.
end of Season 0.
Wait, that means
Prepare
tomorrow-
for a drop of 7 divisions. For instance,
I stopped playing to
you
play
were a
Kingdom Come.
Platinum 1, you will embark on your
That's me.
Season 1 journey from Silver 2.
Okay.
In Season 1, we are introducing a brand new
That sucks,
major rank.
but that'll be okay.
Celestial.
I mean, it's fine.
This elite tier features 3 divisions and stands above Grandmaster and below Eternity.
Oh man, I
With
wish
this
I had pushed to
addition,
diamond.
we
I
aim
might.
to provide a seamless experience
We might try to
for
push
our
to diamond
players.
tomorrow. We might take a pause on Kingdom Come Deliverance to push to diamond,
Last but not
just to see if I
least,
can get it.
we've heard the community's feedback on preferences for playing the game we all love. We are adding a new graphic options that provides higher frame rates to meet the needs of competitive players.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
We
if you have
will
higher
introduce
frame
support
rates,
for mouse acceleration settings, allowing users to customize their preferences.
that's good. That's good. I'll probably never
We
mess
will
with it, but that's
also be
good.
introducing a streamer mode in the first half of Season 1 for those aspiring Marvel Rivals streamers out there.
What's streamer mode?
Thank you for your unwavering support, Rivals. This is only the first half of the season, and the second half will bring more
What's streamer mode?
excitement when the Thing and Human Torch arrive on the battlefield in 6 to 7 weeks. We can't wait to see you all in the battle against Dracula to save New York. Ignite the battle.
That's cool. No, that's a lot. I think that's a lot of good things. They're moving in a lot of good directions. We're definitely gonna play the season 1. We're gonna play the new characters. There's already people getting like early access to the game. We might just watch one of their videos. We might watch like Tim the Tatman or like someone else like XQC, see them mess around with the characters a little bit, or maybe I just might like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But on launch, we'll do it. Tomorrow, I don't know, I might flip a coin whether I play more Kingdom Come Deliverance on stream or not, or I'll play this because I really want to see if I can push to Diamond. I'll either push to Diamond or I'll fall back in Gold. If I fall back in Gold, I'll be pissed. I'll be so pissed if I fall back in Gold, but I can try to push to Diamond before Season 0 ends. I would be happy. Like, I'm content at Platinum, but I'd be even happier at Diamond. As for the game's direction, I think it's moving in a good direction. I want to see all the costumes. We're getting 10 new costumes. The battle pass seems like it's going to be split in 2 sections, unless I'm misunderstanding that. I think that's good. I think what I said before, you are getting content at a more consistent rate. So it feels like if you are dedicating yourself to this game, you are being rewarded by playing this game. Like, as the ebbs and flows come a little more often, the people are incentivized to continue playing the game. And I think there's nothing wrong with incentivizing people to continue playing your game. I also think it's okay to miss out on FOMO. I think it's perfectly normal for someone to stop playing a game to go play something else, and the developers should not punish you for that. And that's what this game does. It doesn't. The developers seem like they just want to make something fun, and that you can sense that from them. They want to make something fun. They want to make something diverse. And when I say diverse, we're not talking about like, oh, let's get as many black people in there as possible. We're talking about, let's make sure that everyone has all their type of play styles available to them, which is why they're like, okay, let's nerf Hawkeye and Hela. Let's make sure the melee characters can start to shine a little bit. Let's up Storm and Wolverine. Let's have, you know, people want to play as their favorite characters. People want to play. Let's make their abilities more of the cornerstone. And I think that's very important, that you have, like, if you have Storm and Wolverine and their abilities of synergizing or cornerstone, that's what made Hulk so popular. Hulk buffed freaking Iron Man and Doctor Strange, and next thing you know, you're jumping out there and you're going and you're making a huge difference in the metas, especially in the top tier players, because people are banning Hela and Hawkeye, and then so they switch over to Hulk and Iron Man, and then all of a sudden everyone was saying, oh, Iron Man sucks, but then now Iron Man's he's in the higher tiers, maybe mid tiers now, with the way people, but that goes for the casual players, that they get to enjoy Iron Man to a different light. Because, you know, casual players, or even people that take it semi-hardcore, that aren't going to make it past Diamond and get into those upper echelons of the top 500, you know, they don't need those team metas to be min-max. They may think that they do, but they don't. And I think it's real great that it looks like the developers of this game are focusing on both the top tier players who are streaming and kind of streamlining the game for them a little bit, and also the lower casual players who make up the bulk and community of this game, and who are going to take after the top players, but who are also going to you know, play in their own ways. So that's what I think. This was good. I'm excited to see more. I'll cover more stuff on this. If you guys want to see more stuff covered on this, just like and subscribe. And, you know, until next time, guys. Hey, I'm Mario. I like playing video games, watching movies, and Dungeons and Dragons. If you keep getting me in your suggested videos, or you're watching this video right here, consider subscribing. It goes a long way. Thank you.